Okay, I know I'm a bit late to this monstrosity that is Heart of Korea by Oli London, but as someone who has a degree in Asian studies, I couldn't just let it live, and we need to talk about this. Oli London aside, he's bad as he is, with a Caucasian guy trying to look like a Jimin, like a Korean guy, Korean idol. But this music video, if we even call it that, is just on another level of, well, Orientalism is good and thriving in 2020 apparently. So let's see how really Korean this music video is. Okay, the first thing that I really need to talk about, and I think that's actually the worst one out of all the things that he's done in this music video, is the actual music. Because obviously that's not his song, it's just a bad ADM, I guess, remix of a song made by Sakamoto Ryoichi that was used in a Japanese war movie. In a song, Heart of Korea, he used a Japanese war movie song. Do you know how inappropriate that is? Do you not know anything about history and how complicated the relationship, like the international relations are between Korea and Japan? Music aside, let's see what he actually chose to wear and show in the music video. Two of the most generic things that you could pick up from Asia to symbolize Asia. Like the fan and the umbrella could be from anywhere in East Asia. And the umbrella originated from China, but you could find them in Japan, in Korea, in China, everywhere. These two things are the most generic things about Asia that Western people just use if they want to symbolize that it's Asian. He couldn't pick more generic thing. That's just as generic as it gets. Red fan and red umbrella. Just so you all know that we're in Asia. Oh god. This outfit is just all wrong. I'm guessing it was supposed to be a hanbok, but it has nothing of a hanbok. The collar is all wrong. It should be more stiff at the back, and the front bits are too wide. It should be like thinner if it was supposed to be a hanbok. The folds are just weird. I don't know where he got that from. And with hanboks, the sleeves would be like normal length. It would be longer. They would be longer. But the worst part is the belt. Like, I don't understand what that belt is supposed to be. Because the belts in hanboks are, like, most of the hanboks are just tied at the side. But if they use belts, they're not that thick. So, was that supposed to be just a yukata or a kimono? But then it's not that as well, because again, the collar is wrong, because the collars in kimonos are stiff at the back too. And then the belt is like, it looks like an obi belt, like a male obi belt that's just worn incorrectly, because no one nowhere in Asia wears a belt like this in a traditional garments. And I tried looking up like modern twists on traditional hanboks and kimonos, and not even in those I've seen anyone wearing belts like this in the middle of your stomach and tied it at the front just so nonchalantly like he's doing here. It's just not right. In any sense, in modern or traditional, it just doesn't make sense. And he's infatuated with BTS, right? So I tried looking up the modern twist of hanboks that BTS used in some of their videos, and nothing looks like this. It looks like it was supposed to be Japanese yukata or kimono, but made completely wrong, with wrong like front bits and the collar. And then with obi belt just tied however you like it, because yeah, that's how you tie it, right? That's how you tie a belt. No. Just no. But the worst part about this first outfit is the way that he actually put it on. Because the traditional garments in Asia are worn a specific way for a reason. In Japan you wear kimono left side over the right side, because if you wear it the other way around, that's how Japanese people dress dead people for the funerals. So no one wants to look like a dead person. That's why you don't wear right side of the over the left side, because you would look like a dead man walking. And I'm assuming it's the same in most countries. I mean, I'm just comparing China and Korea and Japan in here, because those are three countries that most of the elements in his music video are from. And I'm assuming that in all those three countries it's the same, because it's probably just from Buddhism, right? And that's one of the main religions in all of those three countries. So he's basically wearing something that's supposed to be a hanbok, but looks more like a kimono, but not really. And also incorrectly, because he's wearing it like a dead person would, with obi belt tied in just in all wrong ways. I mean, he kind of looks like he's dead inside. Oh yeah, another thing. The things that are sticking out of his hair, I guess, they're sticking, like, you can barely see them there, so I don't know why he's wearing it. But first of all, how the hell are they still up there in his hair? Like, okay, it's supposed to be a kanzashi. It's in Japanese it's called kanzashi, and in Korean it's called I can't speak Korean and I don't want to butcher it, so it's a hair pin, a hair stick, I guess, that's very popular in Asia, in many countries in Asia. So again, it's still pretty generic, and there are very popular hair accessories, and I really like it actually. It's a very good alternative for scrunchies. But there are decorative pieces, and his look very plain. I've never seen, like, I tried looking up more pictures on the internet, and I've barely seen any kanzashi that will look this plain and worn in like the kind of way. And I think that he doesn't even know that a hair stick is a thing, and he just thought that, yeah, people in Asia put chopsticks in their hair, right? They don't. Do you use fork and spoon in your hair? No! Another thing accessory-wise, like, he's wearing Buddhist prayer beads on his wrist, and I wanted to like shit on it, but apparently there is a whole movement in Asia now of wearing this as an accessory with no religious connotation. So I still think it's a bit iffy, but I guess it's alright because it's alright. Okay, at least he's using actual footage of Seoul in this music video, because he could have been like, yeah, big city, what doesn't matter where it is, right? Like, big city in Asia is a big city in Asia, let's show Tokyo in it. But no, he's using actual footage of Seoul. But is Myeongdong really heart of Korea though? The most touristy like shopping district in Seoul is not really heart of Korea. But okay, at least it's a Korean city. No. 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 If you don't speak the language, or if you're not actively trying to learn the language, don't just use random sentences or words from that language in your normal English sentences, because you just don't seem like a dick. The only lyrics in this music video is Heart of Korea and I'm Oli in Korean. Don't. And I don't mean that if you're learning the language and you still can't really communicate very well and you're probably butchering it a little bit, it's not wrong to use it in Korea if you're learning Korean. It's not wrong to try to talk with people in Korean if you just started learning Korean. Obviously, it's a good thing. You're trying to communicate with people. You're trying to learn it in an active way. But when you don't learn the language, when you're just trying to use the entire... He's just like an evolved Koreaboo, isn't he? He's like a final form of Koreaboo. At least something traditional. A random taekwondo show. Shots of Soul again. The Palace. I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name because I don't want to butcher the language. But yeah, okay, at least something traditional. At least something that could be considered the heart of Korea. At least once. That outfit is just, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. It looks like it's from Matrix, if anything. It looks like it's from Matrix. It looks like nothing Korean. Or Asian, in general. The Korean skincare industry is the heart of Korea. I mean, it's something that Korea is well known for, but is Etude House really heart of Korea? But again, he's using shots from Myeongdong, so I shouldn't be surprised. That's Myeongdong Cathedral. Is Christianity a heart of Korea now? I mean, yes, Christianity exists in Korea. There is actually quite a lot of Christians in Korea. It's a thing, a religion in Korea that's pretty popular. But is it a heart of Korea now? The hell is this? I mean, first of all, you're very stiff, honey, so you should just try some stretching. Second of all, if that was supposed to be a lotus position, then it's not it. You're just sitting weirdly. And also, what's with that quality? I mean, my quality is very bad, I know, but that's supposed to be a Vivo music video. Okay, Korean Folk Museum, a part of Korean culture, okay. And the palace again, okay. Random shots of Seoul. Matrix, Taekwondo again. Pretty girls in hanboks in, I think that's Hanok village in Seoul. Okay, something traditional at least. No. 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 He didn't. He did not. Sushi restaurant. Fucking sushi restaurant. Oh boy, do I have news for you, Oli. Sushi is not Korean. So many Korean dishes that everyone knows, and I'm sure he knows them too. Like bibimbap, bulgogi, samgyeopsal, I don't know, japchae. There's so kimchi. You could even use kimchi if you wanted to show some pictures of food. Sushi is Japanese. Again, I guess what does it matter which country it is, right? Japan, Korea, all the same. Yes, one of the most generic things that all people think of when they think about Japan. In a music video called Heart of Korea. Seriously, that outfit looks more like a bathrobe, if anything. Now that I look at it, it doesn't look like anything, it looks like a bathrobe. I mean, they use bathrobes in Korea, I'm sure, but... Also, what are those hand gestures? Because I'm not sure if he's trying to do dance moves with his hands, or if that's supposed to be... Because in some parts it looks to me like he's trying to do Tai Chi. And I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it kind of looks like he saw Tai Chi once and was like, yeah, that's Asian, right? Let me do something similar in my music video that's supposed to be about Korea, but I guess Asia is Asia, right? Also, what's that? Well, is it supposed to be like folding your hands for a prayer? Because if so, first of all, that's wrong. Second of all, stereotypical much. Third of all, that looks like you're doing an Illuminati sign. It seriously looks like he's trying to do Tai Chi. I'm sorry. I don't know if that was supposed to be it, but it looks like it. In some parts he looks like he's purely dancing, in some parts he looks like he's... Yeah, that's Tai Chi, right? Yeah! Hot dogs! Yes! A little bit of hot... Okay, these are delicious. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing the name right. It's gonna be somewhere in the screen. But hot dogs are like those rice tiny cakes filled with caramelized sugar and seeds in them, and they're delicious. That's probably the only good thing about this music video though. Oh yeah, again, lotus position. That's not really a lotus position because he's not bendy enough, I guess. He really needs to do some stretching. I would recommend yoga because, you know, you like Asia, right? Doesn't matter where from in Asia, at least it's Asia. Right? Oli? The heart of Korea. Sushi, sashimi. All Korean. Don't get me wrong, there are sushi restaurants in Korea, obviously. But there are sushi restaurants in Europe too. If that song was called The Heart of Europe, would you show sushi restaurant in it? Oh, thank God that's over. Oh, thank God. I know he's doing it for clout, but fetishizing and stereotyping and generalizing a region in Asia, and any country for that matter, it doesn't matter if it's in Asia or Europe or Africa and anywhere, is not good. It's not a good idea. Orientalism is an old idea, but it needs to go away. Also, this music video, if anything, it should have been called Somewhere in East Asia, I guess. Or I Don't Have a Map. Or Japan, China and Korea are one thing, right? Or it's just wrong.